Greetings and salutations, and this is Tech Plays here back with more Resident Evil Requiem. And we're almost to the good part of the game. And what I mean by the good part is when, like, Grace's gameplay becomes your usual Resident Evil stuff a little more. Because currently, we're defenseless. Luckily, though, this is the only section of the game where you're defenseless as Grace. Which is a good thing. Because this being the part they showed off before release had me a little worried she was going to be like a fucking Outlast style protagonist where she could not fucking fight for herself, which isn't Resident Evil at all. So, kind of glad this is the one part of the game where you're completely defenseless. Let's open the drawer, get the key. I should probably point out, I watched Jacksepticeye play this game, and I started watching Corey Kenshin play this game. So I know where a lot of shit in the early game is, especially. I don't. You'll see later once I get to like Ark and Raccoon City. There's a ton of shit I don't remember where they were, so it takes me time to like figure shit out. But in the care center, I remembered a lot of stuff from watching those. Okay. So let's look around. Holy fuck, I have missed that on replays. On my replay. I think I mentioned it last video. I'm doing like a replay all in first person classic mode. Currently I'm almost at the very end of Grace's care center section. I just need to basically take Emily to the puzzle and then finish it. So that's literally all that's left to do in the care center for Grace. And I know like the underground area is considered care center. I do not care. I kind of count that as a different segment of the game. Due to how different it is and the fact that like it's split with a Leon section in between. I also count this as a separate section from the care center as well, due to that. Like, both of them are split with short Leon sections, and both of them feel like really different from the rest of the care center. So yeah. We got the lighter. But yeah, on replays, on my replay, I missed that glass bottle. Kind of feel stupid for that. Damn, the light didn't work. Hope nothing bad happens when I open the door. That'd suck, right? Oof.
He's dead.
No, Grace, he's just sleeping. He's just taking a nap, okay? He's just dreaming.
Infected.
Holy. Jesus. This creature scares me, even now. Like, even after beating the game, she fucking scares me. Not even playing, just watching this. You need a breath mint. I'm just saying. Lady, you need a breath mint. Okay. You need a breath mint. Really bad. Also, fuck, I'm not gonna say that because Leon does later to a different character. But you need a breath mint bad. I'll just stick to that one because that's my joke. Oh. Hey. Now let's make our way back to the nurse's station. I want to apologize ahead of time. I think I might have cut out a lot of it, but I want to apologize ahead of time for how slow I'm gonna be moving the little cart, right? The reason I move it so slow is because if you don't, the shit falls off. I've seen that in so many Let's Plays, and I was trying to avoid that.
This looks important. Oh, maybe.
Also, there's an herb in this room I miss on this run, but I find it in my second run. Just wanted to point that out. There's also an antique coin in here I miss on this run too. Both of them can be achieved right here, like this cart right here. See that locker? We move the cart, there's a green herb in that locker. We don't get it on this run. On top of that locker is an antique coin. Leave the cart where it started, and you can grab the antique coin. Unfortunately, I didn't know those things were here this run. I didn't figure that out until like my second run. I was like, wait a minute. What if I looked up the antique coin location, but what if I like move the cart? Like there's a thing saying I could open the locker. Like I figured that out on my own. Like if I move the cart, could I just open? Oh, I didn't skip it. I just sped it up. But yeah. So there's an interesting thing that happens here, right? If you do trigger her and then run out of the room, she kind of pushes the... I found this out on my second run because I did knock something off the cart in my second run by accident. I was a little more impatient with it. I did knock something off in my second run. If you knock something off the cart and trigger her coming in here, right? She'll push the cart to the toolbox for you. So that when you come back, you can immediately just grab the toolbox. If you don't activate the cart, this happens. She gets triggered to come in here anyway, but she doesn't know you're in here. Kind of waiting patiently for her to come in. She does take a while. In both cases, she takes a good minute. But you don't really have an escape route besides the way she's coming from, so you have to wait. Yeah, she literally just got to the door right there. Because if you saw when I pointed like the reticle that way, it said change jingling or whatever. I'm waiting for her head to poke through. We can wait all day, lady. We can wait all day. If you're wondering why I keep like turning, it's kind of like to figure out where she is because the sound. There she is. Like when you point at her, it shows the sound effect at the bottom, the caption. It shows the caption for the sound effect. See? She's right at the reticle. It did the sound effect. Oh, that scared me. I was so scared that she was gonna come back in the room when I did that. Okay, let's get out of here. Is it safe? Safe to go, or is she still in this room? Is it safe to go? Hello? Are you in here, lady? Hello? She's down the hall. So, this first time, it takes me a minute to figure out how to get past her here. Eventually, I figured it out. This is also, like, a little different, right? Because if you trigger her, to chase you when you knock something off the cart, you can, like, you have to, like, run back into, like, the room with the light right there. Right beside me. Right to my right. You have to run back in that room. And then she'll go into the roof. What happens then is when you go down this hall, she'll drop down from a hole and then start patrolling like this. This is what happens when you don't trigger her. She automatically goes to this hall and just starts patrolling. Sometimes if you trigger her also, she'll just break through the door right there on your way there instead, which is not pleasant. Kind of depends on how things go. It's kind of dynamic, and I kind of like that. Basically, if you're walking down this hall while she's like in the toolbox room, she'll bust through the door. If you're walking through the hall after she crawls to the ceiling, she'll crawl down in front of the save room and start patrolling. If you do this, you completely avoid her almost the whole time. She'll just go straight to patrolling. Fuck, man. She turned around. Sorry, this is gonna take me so long. Eventually I figure out a trick, though. I believe I skipped to it. In just a few seconds. There's a skip here. Do I just skip to it? Yes, I do. So, apparently, something I thought to try out. I wasn't even sure it was gonna work. You crouch in this corner right here. Make sure you're all the way up against the wall like I am now. If you crouch in this corner right here, she won't see you. She will just walk right past. The reason, and this works with Chunk too. Like there's a part in the care center where you can hide like that, and Chunk will miss you. But in both cases, you need to be right up against it. Because I mistakenly was like literally a couple inches, just a couple inches, probably one step back from like the wall and the cover in both cases in my replay. And they saw me. So it is very sensitive on where you are. You need to be right up against the where you're taking cover. But to be fair, that's not really a complaint. That's just like something I noticed. It's kind of, I wouldn't really say it's a praise either. It's kind of just something I accept. I don't have an issue with it, but I don't love it either. I kind of at least like that to have confirmation that you have to be up against it, right? This is the smoothest run, by the way, I have had of this section. On my replay, did not do this good. I'm doing my replay on classic, but even then, like, the difficulty doesn't change much aside from, like, you get a few less scrap in the care center on classic, and you have to do the increments. It's really the main differences.
Mr. Kennedy, welcome. Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
Funny. I don't remember getting an invitation.
Well, he's waiting for you.
Can't have that, can we?
Follow me, please.
Lead the way. So how long have you worked for, Dr. Gideon?
Not long. I just recently joined the team.
So here we are. What's my opinion on, like, I think I gave, like, some thoughts on Grace's gameplay so far. What are my thoughts on Leon's gameplay?
Experimental?
I think it's better than RE4 Remake. I'm going to be honest with you. I do think it's better than RE4 Remake. It feels like the parry is a little easier to use here for most of the game. I did have a little trouble using the parry in Raccoon City, but, like kind of in the middle part of that section. But I had a really easy time using it in Ark against bosses and in this section. So it feels like it's a little easier to use than RE4 Remake, which I like. With RE4 Remake, your timing had to be basically entirely perfect. Here, you got to be near perfect. Like, if you parry within the millisecond that they do the attack, you could parry it, right? In RE4 Remake, you had to do it at the exact time the attack would land. I feel like it works better here. Plus, I like his axe. I like that you can repair the axe by sharpening it rather than, like, needing to go to a merchant to get it repaired, right? I do like that better. I like the combat in this game for him better. There's no... Since you'll mostly face zombies as Leon,
I don't know what's happening.
and a couple different enemies besides zombies later, you don't really get too many enemies that are as annoying as some of the Ganados could be, which, I'll be honest, fighting Ganados is fun, but they did have some really annoying attacks. Now, that's not to say the enemies of this game aren't challenging in Leon sections. They are. Like this chainsaw guy, for example. He's like the first hard enemy. Actually, any enemy with a chainsaw is going to be hard. There's a couple more later on. And basically, the one thing I don't like about this part, and this isn't really I wouldn't really consider this a full-on complaint, which is why I wasn't counting this as, like, a bad thing about the game overall. The one thing I don't like about this part is how easy it is for the zombies to grab the chainsaw, right? Because the chainsaw is a one-hit kill weapon when they use it on you. And you have to wait for the chainsaw to stop spinning, but not the zombies. It's the one little detail about the chainsaw I don't like. Like, if they reduced the spinning time, or just had it where the zombies also had to wait for the spinning to stop or they'll get damaged, then this would have been perfect. It would have been entirely balanced, but this kind of feels like they're giving the zombies too much advantage with the chainsaw, especially when it's a one-hit weapon. Like, I don't like that. Again, it's not really something I hold against the game in any way. Like, that's why I didn't count it in my general complaints for this game, which is only like 3 of them. It's just something that's a little annoying, right? Probably the one part of Leon's combat in this game I don't like is just how the chainsaw works. Once you have the chainsaw, it's amazing. But it's just the fact that it's hard to get a chainsaw before a zombie will. Like, you see what I mean here? Like, every damn zombie has grabbed a chainsaw. On my second run, only like 2 or 3 grabbed it. Well, only like 2 of them grabbed it after the first guy who had it. And that's because I was able to use the shotgun on it. Wasn't able to do that here. But otherwise, the chainsaw's really fun. I like everything else about it. That's why I wasn't really counting this as like one of my main complaints about the game, because there's more positives about the chainsaw than that one negative. doing, sir? Thank you for holding on to my chainsaw, sir. I appreciate its return. And you kept it clean and everything. Sorry, had to be funny. Imagine if Leon talked like that. That's actually a funny thought. Imagine if Leon talked about like that. Where's everybody going? Bingo? Why is it almost my fucking Joker impression at that point? Like, I almost went to Joker with that bingo part. Like, where's everybody going? Bingo? Literally just drop the accent, add a little more gravel, and it's the fucking Joker. Your right hand falls off. Just resting my eyes. Just imagine if he fucking talk like it's so funny. No offense to people with that accent, by the way. I'm just being the goof here. Not making fun of the accent. Honestly, the accent's only half the voice, so like I'm not making fun of the accent at all. It's just the voice I'm doing with the accent makes it sound funny. Basically, I'm just joking, right? I'm a southerner. I've also, like, done jokes about southern accents, like... I don't have a good example right now, but I have done them.
That bastard did it again.
When I do, like, joke accents, it's not, like, again, it's not, like, to make fun of, like, the accent or anything, because I know that's not how the accent
Can you find me the floor?
sounds. It's not accurate or anything like that.
Well, in the meantime,
It's just for fun.
track him down.
Keep me posted.
Will do.
Come on, come on!
Hey, over here. You okay?
Yeah. Thanks.
Leon Kennedy, DSO.
CSO. I'm Grace. Ashcroft. FBI.
FBI. What are you doing here?
Someone kidnapped me.
Victor Gideon.
I don't know.
Well, we should leave. What does Victor want with you?
What?
Grace,
What do you
he
mean?
grabbed you for a reason.
Wait, you're DSO. That's the counter bioterrorism agency, right?
Take this.
You sure?
You might need it. Now go. Get out of here.
She won't get away, you know.
Dr. Gideon.
So nice to finally meet you, Leon. Why don't we have a little talk? Too slow. I see you're exhibiting symptoms too.
I'll be fine. I hope.
And here we are at the care center. Okay, so this is where the game starts getting good for me. Like, my favorite parts of the game are where you play Grace as she actually has weaponry. I do like Leon's gameplay, and I do like the section we just did at the start of this video with the we have to avoid the girl. I do like that section, even though you're defenseless there. But this is the part I really love, which is basically the overall care center and the part. Basically, every part of Grace's. Every time you play as Grace, from here till the end of the game, is a banger, in my opinion. It's the best part of the game. Only complaint is I do wish they gave Grace another gun, because in her later sections, she's not going to have the Requiem. She'll just have the handgun and throw bottles, but it's whatever. Folders marked with recent data. Or recent dates. Sorry, misread that. I don't know why the game lets you just look at stuff like that. Like, sure, it might be interesting, but it's not key items, it's not notes, it's just some random ass shit. Like, why do you have that? It bugs me because, like, there's times where I'll look at something again thinking, oh, I haven't looked at this, have I? Nope, yes I have, and it's something useless.
Oh, God.
Who's there? Is someone there?
Oh, I'm sorry if I surprised you. Cataracts. You can't see, can you?
Who are you?
Was there someone in the other cell? Why are you in there?
Everyone's gone.
Are you all right? No, no, hold on. No, no. I'm sorry. What is happening here?
Alright, we're going to end off the video here, so bye.